So happy to be joined by Ajahn Praphan from Thailand. He's our National Director for Foundations for Living in Thailand and has been working with Foundations for Living for some time in seeing discipleship advance in the country of Thailand. For our event tonight, wanted to ask Ajahn Praphan just a few questions to bring us up to speed about some exciting things happening there in Thailand. And so Ajahn Praphan, thank you so much for joining us and being part of this fundraising event. And it's a real honor to have you.
Hello, Ajahn Wade and everyone at Foundation for Living. We are running as a Divine Communications, which is an interdenominational ministry, local ministry. We are trying to serve the Lord with our capacity in the areas of medias and translation and of course discipleship. At the moment we are working between several groups, actually several denominations, including Evangelical Fellowship of Thailand, Presbyterian churches in Thailand, and the United Convention of Baptists in Thailand. We have about 6,000 local churches throughout the country, but the main population, the Christian population in this country is rather low.
And has been for some time. Is that right?
Yes,
not a lot of growth of Christianity over the last 100 years. Small, but incremental, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna celebrate 200 years of the gospel in the country soon, in the next few years. But the statistic, official statistic of Christianity in this country is always under 0.5% for many decades, and actually we begin to see some good sign. Last year, the government announced that the official statistics of Christians is 1.1%.
So above 1% of the total population of Thailand for the first time in 200 years.
Yes, but that would be somewhere around 700,000 people from the population of 65 million.
You've talked with me and some others about a vision that many of you have felt called by God to pray towards and work toward for 2030. What can you tell us a little bit about that vision that is on your heart that you're working toward these days?
By the year 2030, we want to see at least 10% of Thai population to come to know the Lord, which to make a round number, we want to see 10 million Christians by the year 2030.
So with that kind of number in mind, with that kind of goal that you believe is from the Lord, 10 million followers of Jesus by 2030, as we've talked about before, that will take more than just evangelism, that will take more than big events where people come and just hear the gospel. For the gospel to really advance, it's going to take a discipleship movement. So how is Foundations for Living helping to make disciples in Thailand toward this amazing goal that God has on your hearts?
We have been working with big organizations for open air crusades, for several types of evangelism, and we found that sometimes we got some good results of conversions, but they're not lasting. So the main key is actually go back to the word of Jesus in his Great Commission. He doesn't just say, go out and preach, go out and do evangelism, but he said, go out and make disciples.